the one to cleanse my soul and cleanse the soul of my studio. Hopefully, it's Ernie Solis. Ernie, how you doing, buddy? Good. Really happy at my dungeon. I'll tell you what, this is are you ready for this?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Are you ready for this? Okay. I'll watch your seatbelts.
We're gonna have to get the way up something. That looks nice. I like that.
Okay. Darren Owsley here with a great friend of mine. This is Ernesto Solis. We've been, I've known him for how long?
Man, early 90s?
Early 90s. And
Yeah.
those were good times. You know, those were good times. Those were guitar times, man. Those were guitar times. You know, with Joey Costello and, you know, the guitar competitions that we used to enter. You know, I'm introducing him to you guys because you might not know who he is. And he's a very fine guitar player. He has an album. What is your album called?
We've just started recording. It's Ride the Graviton.
Ride the Graviton. And what does that mean?
Ride the Graviton is several years back. I'd say in early 2000s, I started to study physics. And I always thought physics was something far above me. And I got to the point where I wanted to take a step back and see what the world of the small and the world of the large is all about. So I got into quantum mechanics. I got into general relativity. Not for the math. Not for the math. Just so I could, you know, what's in the quantum world. And the quantum world is very different from general relativity, say, and gravity.
So, this is deep. You guys, okay, this is too deep right here. This ain't a science lesson.
Well, it's important, and I'll tell you why. Not to interrupt you, but I'll tell you why. When I started to study that, I realized that when I started writing, I started to write songs about that. And one of my greatest influences in lyrics as a lyricist was Cal Townsend of Fresno. Cal is an incredible lyricist, and he's the one that explained to me that I wasn't just writing, I was teaching with the music.
Right.
So as I'm teaching in the lyrics, I did the same thing, and it carried on into my faith. When I started writing songs for God, same thing. And that's.
You want to say anything about your religion? I mean, you came down and you sprayed holy water on the place, and you know, obviously there's been a lot of stigma because you guys, I used to play really beautiful music, right?
I still do.
And now I've kind of done a dark side. So there's a lot of people in my life, in my past life, are saying, "Whoa, what's going on with Darren?" But and Ernesto is my spiritual advisor. He's been for years. So he felt the need to come down here and fight my ghost, you know, because this is 5 doors down and a ghost. So, but tell me, what are your guitar influences? Who are you influenced by?
Wow. Well, Al Di Meola. On the Santana, it's the brothers. It's George and Carlos Santana, because well, Carlos everyone knows, but George Santana had the band Malo. And the percussion players on that, the guitar player.
That's really what the Latin music is best known for, is the percussion.
You know, time is.
These are good times, though, right here, right?
Of course, yeah.
These are good times.
Yeah.
And I cherish.
Look, I'm in the basement.
You're in the dungeon.
I am in the.
You're in the dungeon.
Okay, it's not the basement. It's the
underground dungeon.
There's a guitar hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, it's a mess right now, but.
No, it's not a mess. It's just.
It's cleansed. It's a little boring.
It's got personality.
I usually see things flying off the walls. You know, knowing you and playing with you, you used to call me and say, "Darren, I got a show, and you know, what are we going to do?" And we would really just take progressions and let those just go as they may, you know. And it's part of improv. It's part of knowing about, you know, the diatonic structure. And I want to give that to my brother-in-law. He's a great bass player. His technique is incredible, but he doesn't understand the theory, you know. And I really want to teach him that and people like that, the theory, because I want them to know how fun it is to be able to go outside the box and not have to play something that somebody tells you to play, right? I'm not telling you to play it, I'm telling you to play kind of like that, and then you do your thing, and he knows that now. But here at COS, there's a guy named Tim Lynch that teaches theory at COS, And when I went to his class, it popped on me, and I understood it all. I understood that, C major has no sharps or flats.
Yeah.
C is major, D is minor,
Right.
E is minor.
Lynch.
F is
Maestro
major.
Lynch.
A great teacher. Everybody should go to COS and study with him while he's still there. Anyways, so with that being said, let's do a flamenco thing. Let's do, everybody thinks flamenco is this, is A, G, F, and E, which it's not. Flamenco's about a time. I already told you guys about that. But let's improvise on a flamenco theme, okay? With A minor in mind. Okay, I'm going to start it off, and we're going to fill it. Sometimes it's a train wreck, but it ends up being something, right?
Great.
I mean, we haven't improv.
You're going to experiment with me on your show.
Yeah, on the show,
Okay.
So I got something. So let's improvise on one more thing. Give me something.
Let me see.
D, I love that chord. All 7 chords, you guys. Okay. Okay, you go first. Yeah. Now,
And we used to do that a lot. Joey and I, because he was living close to me in Denver. We were living pretty close where I could just go and we just start playing back and forth. And
yeah.
when you get familiar with someone who's got a similar style that at least knows the progressions the way you do, you can just go back and forth.
Yeah, that's how you improve on your soloing. I haven't done that in years. And I haven't played this music in a long time. This is a more Latin-based, like my old self. This is where I was back then. I loved flamenco and I love that music.
Because I love your CDs so much, you're still there. You're exploring something else. And
my tonality is still kind of the same. Everybody says that you have this Indian thing going on, They don't, I guess,
Which Indian? From India or the Indian culture here?
No, I think they don't know. That's what they call it. They don't know what it is, but it's just that Moorish sound of flamenco. So I got to keep working at it.
Well, you're in the early stages of something.
I'm very in the early stages.
Something very special. So.
I think so. Yeah, there you go. you guys, I'm going to end the show. Thank you for you coming, Ernest. You know, I've been wanting you to come on the show, and I've been asking you. You finally agreed, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have you here. I really am. And you know, when we get the album out, we get some songs out. We'll post them on YouTube, and we'll get. Let me do a video for you. I'm starting to do videos. I'll do a nice video, I promise. I'll do a nice video with angels and stuff instead of the devil. You know?